Gen G, it seems like, because Munchkin's going to T1.
Dude, that news has just rocked my world, bro. I feel like that is such a good move for T1, because I think it kind of ruins what Gen G was cooking as well. And Gen G are going to be playing a tournament in like a week. No, 2-3 weeks, something like that. And I don't know who the hell they've even got on the team, because they're apparently benching Foxy9 as well. So at the moment, I don't think they actually have a full squad. But Munchkin going over to T1, I think, is cooking, because if you were looking to replace anybody on the T1 squad, unfortunately, it would be Stacks in the IGL role, I think.
I think this... See, the problem I've got with this is last year, I was a real T1 downer. I didn't like T1. I didn't like watching T1. I thought they were frauds. I thought they turned up for a week, and I didn't like them. The problem I've got now is, though, Munchkin is like one of my favorite players. I like the way he plays Viper. I like the way he calls. I think he's fun. And so now what am I going to do?
I'm not seeing a problem here. I'm not seeing a problem. You've got a team that you previously didn't like, who's now going to get a lot better and has a player that you like. That's just an opportunity to enjoy watching.
But I'm a natural contrarian, so Autumn leaving is a positive in a lot of people's books. But in mine, I like to be the contrarian. So Autumn leaving makes that harder. You know what I mean? Because more people are going to be on the T1 train now.
You got to get out of your contrarian negativity mindset. This is just a good move. It's just a straight up good move.
I want to root for Munchkin, but I don't want to root for T1.
Bro. You can root for Munchkin.
And if everyone else is rooting for T1,
all right, well, no. Everyone, you got to all promise not to root for them, okay? Because otherwise TMV can't have happiness in his life.
Yeah. Yeah, but they will. They'll be like, oh, I love Faker. You don't watch it. No one watches it.
People definitely do watch LCK and the global shows for League. What they don't watch is like LCS anymore, I guess.
Well, at least LCS is back, but focusing on Valorant for a second. Wasn't Munchkin a vocal part of Gen G, like within the rounds, and like a little bit more of like or like is Munchkin a more quieter player? I'm asking both of you. You've probably watched him more than I have.
Oh, he's an IGL.
Okay, so for me, when it comes to looking at T1, don't you think that there's like too many cooks in the kitchen now, like on the team, like too many like leadership-esque roles, too many mid-rounders, too many people that have ideas? You kind of run into like not an Autumn situation, but like. Well, you got Meteor and Munchkin having their thoughts about how a round went with Buzz as well. Like, you know, we watched the doc for like some of the, and we monitor for some of the negativity, but we also got insight as to how they review each round. And like, there's sections of that team that all have an input as to what went right in the round, what went wrong in the round. And I feel like we're adding another chef into what is already an overcrowded, like food spilling out the Bulls kitchen.
Well, I actually think it's going to be great. Go on then, TMV.
I think you bring up an interesting point about who they replaced him with. Who was leaving T1. Because I think if you would have asked most people, like, oh, T1 are bringing in Munchkin, most people probably would have assumed Stacks was being the one who was going to leave, right? But it's
wait, is that not the case?
It seems like DH is the one who's
like that's
going to go back to T1 Academy. And so Shyo's point, I think, does make some sense, that you've got Stacks, Buzz, Meteor, Munchkin, who are all going to be having some input. You've kind of got... Obviously, Stacks has played on teams both as an IGL and not as the IGL previously. But yes, that apparently is what's going to happen. It also makes the roles a little bit stranger, because you don't have someone who's like definitely always a primary smokes player.
What the hell are we talking about out here? Why on earth are they doing that? And where's that
about to go into a positive outlook on it, and I'm giving you this information.
Yes, bro, because
completely changed your mind.
Yes, because getting money. Yeah, actually, dude, Munchkin coming in to replace Stacks makes all the sense in the world, man. You're taking out an IGL that was all right, but very one-dimensional. I think in terms of the way that he was calling this year definitely the best IGL that we have in Korea. One of the best IGLs that we have in the entire region and in the entire world. Super, super proven guy. He also frags harder than Stacks does, although not like enormously. But yeah, he does frag harder. And going into the next meta offers you a lot of the flexibility that this team would also benefit from. And it solves the having too many cooks in the kitchen. You get to reunite Munchkin with Meteor. You get like I think you have the right balance of ideas on that team. Like, I think it's fine for Buzz. I think Buzz will take a little bit of a backseat to Munchkin, because Munchkin's got the respect of being like a not just a Masters winner, because of course the others are too, but having a dominant year in 2024 is a bit different, I think, to what like Stacks and Buzz have achieved with the one-off win in T1. But if you're getting rid of what is their obsession with cutting the new guy on the team every time, bro? What's going on? DH was great and he's your smokes player. Do we really want Munchkin on perma smokes? Please, surely not. Surely we're going to have Munchkin play the like flex role where he can still be fantastic playing Viper and can pick up some initiator sometimes as well to allow Itsu to play double duelist. What are we up to out here? I've done a 180.
Yeah, you have done a complete 180. This I mean, people are trying to get me to play, what's it called? The Road to Empress or something?
Yeah, Road to
that
Empress.
game. And I watched 2 minutes of you playing it, and so correct me if I'm wrong, Sideshow, but it seems like there's a hierarchy in that game, and it feels like maybe there's a hierarchy here in this Korean team. You know, like we've got Stacks. Stacks is a respected elder, and DH is the new.
Stacks is the consort of kindness. Yeah.
Oh well, I don't know what that means, but sure, sure. And DH is who's a lowly peasant in that game or new.
Yeah, I mean. DH is just one of the Karens who's just wandered in, just absolutely pulled from a noble house. We don't pull the commoners into the court of China, but sure,
of course. But yeah,
but DH is going to get fed the soup. All you need to know is you get fed the soup or given the towel. It's one or the other.
The issue too is not just like in-game roles as well, but like I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with like playing just with your friends in any competitive game. There's always that one guy who's guaranteed bottom of the scoreboard you can yell at. He's kind of like they're kind of like the lightning rod that takes the flame. It's not me. It ain't me, first of all. It's not me. But I'm just saying, like there's always that role, right? Like Sylvan can take it, DH can take it for a bit, and then the team can talk about serious things. I've experienced the days where, like, the one guy who gets roasted a lot and takes it 24/7 is sick on the day of school in middle school, right? Suddenly, the group leaders start to look at each other. There's no lightning rod anymore. They start to say the mean things to each other, and those guys, their egos can't handle it. It gets crazy. So I think that I don't see a single lightning rod on this team. I don't see a single grounded cable. This is an electrician's nightmare. There is no circuit closing here.
I think. Hold on though, because I think the only people that I'd be worried about in terms of like a bit of infighting or pointing a finger or something would be Buzz or Stacks on this new version of the team. But this is why I'm so bothered about the idea that they're going to be replacing DH, because if you only have one of them left, if you only have Buzz on the team, Buzz isn't going to be a problem, in my opinion, because he's just like there's more former Gen G players in Munchkin and Meteor, or like more new players, new-ish in Itsu and DH being quite new. Like you don't have a functioning faction. You just have one person. There's no large bolt of electricity. It's just a little bit of static that's easily dispersed. You don't need your great grounding rod. But when you have, I am concerned if you have Buzz and Stacks, and because then the Buzz and Stacks faction is as powerful as the Meteor Munchkin faction. Yeah,
it's going to be real. I think the roles.
It's a weird one.
Obviously, Itsu is an incredibly flexible player who can play, pretty much anything it seems like, and still be pretty good. So I'm sure that like they can figure out the roles. But it's even more like strange because like you had someone who's like your absolute primary smoker that you could trust, and could fill that role well. And now you are left with like, what are they going to do? They're going to, because when you think Munchkin, you think Viper. Right, like that's just, and there's probably going to be a lot of Viper played, assuming there isn't some major patch before the season starts. So, you'd assume he's going to be playing a lot of Viper. And then you think Stacks, you think Initiator, right? Like that's what you think when you think Stacks. So does that mean that Itsu then has to play? Like, is he just going to become
He's just going to be the smokes player, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it's going to be?
Seems a bit of a waste, really, doesn't it? Because Itsu's extremely talented on a range of things and would offer them a large opportunity to play double duelist comps when they wanted to flex into that.
Well, my hot take on that too for like next season, after looking at how the patch has developed a little bit, some of these players like Itsu, like Kiko, people that like are good on the role, but also are very like, aggressive due to some of the other roles they play, get to have the room to be still more aggressive and are probably the best picks for controller if any player's slotting to it, because you have less time to even be in your smoke zone unless you're playing Astra, which I don't think the teams will be doing with players like this. And they just have more time to shoot, and they're going to be better at shooting than any other person you have on the roll playing Omen or Brim or Harbor.
Counterpoint to that, though, Shio, is still, why don't we just keep DH, who's also just a better shooter than Stacks?
Because it's not DH versus Stacks, it'll be DH versus Itsu on the roll. Like, who would you rather have?
But I could have Itsu on anything and be better shooter than Stacks, and have DH, who I know is very good on smokes.
But then would Buzz be happy playing on the team?
Like, if you're asking me who would I take, Itsu or DH on smokes, I'd take DH, because I know he can play.
Really?
Yeah, I know he's good. I think like, Itsu will be good. I'm not saying Itsu will be bad, but I know the DH is good.
Cut Stacks without cutting Buzz.
Maybe
like
maybe again I'm going to get the Tory allegations coming at me because I'm being conservative here. I'm sticking with what I know, but I'm doing with what I know.
You gotta go in the realm of progression, my friend. You gotta get progressive with it a little bit. I feel like I'm voting Itsu.
I don't think that it's reasonable to say, like, if they got rid of Stacks, it would mean getting rid of Buzz as well. Surely they can't be a package deal at this point.
I mean, but think about it. Like, legitimately think about it. Because, hey, you think Stacks, you think Initiator. You think this. When I think Stacks, I think Buzz. When I think Buzz, I also think Stacks.
Well, it's true. They have always been together. But, it would just be very strange.